Listen up, listen up, listen up. So crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been like fucking like 2 weeks or like a week. I don't even know since I played this. God, dude. Alright, excuse that.
This is.
Oh shit. Nah, we're good. It doesn't even matter.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Back at the beginning?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where I was before. So, like, my thing is...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Shit was freaky. This shit was crazy, but I don't know how much of what I did before is still here. Well, clearly a lot.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Dude, this shit is creepy. Let's see what the new content is, guys. There ain't no motherfucking new content to this shit. Nah. Can just do my meat. I think there's a lot you could do to change that.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
This guy's yapper supreme.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosen around them, it'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
At the end again. Scrum. Okay, now he shut up. Okay, that's what I have to do. I have to not progress so fucking fast. This dude knows how to keep up. That's interesting. I'm trying to kind of hyper observe this place, see what I can see, and I cannot go back there. So yeah, this is the playthrough I was in last time, but I had to get off. Investor showcase. Like this. Well, I didn't turn into far. I don't know about that. Divinity. 1, 2, half-life. Interesting. So, the thing about this game is that it's weird. I don't get it. I'm so glad I went into this experience blind. It's honestly scary. It's like every time you like load it up again or something, or you play it again, something changes. It's so weird. The announcer would like to comment on that. But yeah. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. New content. Can I get on this bus for new content? To the show for Expo to see, but I don't know if I remember being here though. I'm like delirious off this shit.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, so I have been here. This is where I stopped playing, is the new features.
Like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
get well someday. That doesn't even sound reassuring. What the fuck is that?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Did all those pictures change, or am I tripping?
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
No. I'm not leaving. You made the wrong fucking decision, you idiot. I'm taking all the evidence of this shit. I'm screenshotting everything in this bitch. What? This is... This is free trophies up. This is free trophies down. Oh, wait, it means forward. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Receive your new trophy, no more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Alright. So, what is up with any of this shit? Where's the fucking lever at? Oh. Here it is.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
So see, I'm gonna go check. Okay, still broadcasting mic audio. See, I need to check my screenshots though. How do I do that? Dude, what the fuck? How do I check this shit? Oh, here. That's how. Okay. Got it. I got evidence of that. It's trophy locked. Okay. Never mind. Fuck that shit. We're going back. Fragile. Is there something I'm supposed to do before I come back to this? There's no way I'm not gonna be able to get that trophy.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Yeah, I'm fucking up. This shit. I don't like that. Collect what?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
So that's how you get the trophy. You have to get all of these.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
I agree.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Infinite hole. No screenshot. This is the exit. I guess I'll go check out this place. How do I find the 5 other Stanleys, though? Opening rims, surrounding area, depth. Yo. Okay. Oh, entrance infinity. Just keeps going. But at least, is that like a map of where we are? Are we in hell? He's going 1,000 meters away from the core of the earth? What? It's in like a chamber or something.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
There can't be a way.
You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
That's just not true though. There's no way it's true. How do I get back there? Jumping in this bitch. Oh my god.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What is the teleport button?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
There's gotta be something.
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Why? Why do it now? Tell me. What if I don't?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the
it's
hole.
not infinite.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
What's at the
I
bottom?
don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Ooh,
From
it's
one
getting
perspective,
smaller.
the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What
Yeah.
normal person
Bunch of
actually wants to
cigarettes.
fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
Yeah,
Why
I'm sure
don't
you
we
did,
just
buddy.
put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go
Can I
ahead
have
and
a
press the
fucking
teleport
trophy?
button to warp up to the top
I
of
was
the
gonna
hole
get
and we can
something.
move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Wait. Two. We can make it if we try. Just look to me. I don't get what they're trying to hint at me to do. 2 p.m. Like, I don't know. Are they like hidden, or are they I might just need to progress to find it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors.
Oh, so I need to get back to the office before I can find it. Okay. Okay. I get it.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the
What
sequel.
if I go back down?
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
You don't say that on me,
A
dude.
normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay, but I'm jumping right back down.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Now it's really small. Yeah, look at how big it is.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay, now you're thinking rationally.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean...
Yeah, I fucking tried it.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
Yeah, it's
Try
not
it
fucking
again.
working now. I already did. What's
Still
your problem?
nothing.
Fix it.
Well, I
Fix
suppose...
it right now.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Then do it.
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What do you mean you're out?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
No way. Yo. What is happening? Yo, get me the fuck out of here, bro. Oh shit, it's going back down. I don't understand this. So is it the presence of this narrator that's causing it?
Absolutely no, you are
To get it all back to normal?
Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away
That
into
was
dreamland.
terrifying.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh shit. No, let me out! Ah! Get me the fuck out of here! Now
Here we
that
are.
was
Go on,
interesting.
try out some of the new features.
Okay. Well, it means obviously I'm screenshotting everything. What was the purpose of this?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
What does it though? What the fuck do you want me to do with this goddamn bucket? Can I take it with me?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That
Maybe it
really
changes
should be an
this.
award if it isn't already.
I'm very interested into what I should do with this bucket.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
It's true.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine you're... All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on? Jim. See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away. Jim.
Took it away. What the fuck? Alrighty. That was interesting.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
I bet they would.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
But does it really? I don't really think it does.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Is this the exit? I guess it is. Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know if I'm ready to leave. Epilogue. Where's epilogue at? Right here. Where's A9 is collectibles? What that means. So, let's here's the merch. Let me look at this first. No, I figure out how to get up the stairs so I can see what's up there. Oh, that's new. Yeah, how do I get there?
Stanley came to a set of... Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for directions. It's... What about... 6 sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the... What's true? Stickly with what if for the most trivial achievements you've insisted. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines. Oh!
Okay. So, how the fuck did I get up here? Oh, there's a staircase. I was just wondering what the bucket does. That's what I was trying to look up. What the fuck does the bucket change? That's why I can't figure out. Settings roach. That's no. Okay. We'll do this and then we'll go back there. Settings world champion. Wait. I know settings world champion is a thing. All settings available numbers. To all or the highest available numbers? To all the available numbers? What does all the available numbers mean?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
To all available numbers. So confused. This one, two. reticle. Not fiesta. Reticle size. Big all reticle. So confused. Settings around champion. Okay. Just make sure everything is. Yeah, see, because I don't even know what that translation label is. Oh, I got it. Wait, what? Suicide, trauma, mental health issues are present. Set settings. Now can I open this? But I have settings for. Oh shit. Oh shit. I can't do anything. But I got settings world champion. Hold on. Fuck this. Let me restart this bitch. Reset all these settings. Okay, that did just not restore all the fucking settings. It just doesn't affect these ones, I think. You get the trophy. Oh. I already got the trophy though. I don't know what. Pumpsco City. I earn a brand new setting. Viscosity. What is bump viscosity? Interesting. Now it opens. Blah.
Ah, I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion trophy. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider and that it'll be accessible from the settings menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to trying it right now. If it exists. Oh, it does exist. But what does it actually affect? Google, Google, Google. Changes the gameplay. Yeah, what does it do? What part of the gameplay does it change? Let's see. Expo. Interesting, just changes the dialogue. Okay, I guess I'll keep it at 0 bumpscosity for now until he comments on it. Now I gotta go in here and see what's up with this. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
That was lame. Alright. I just realized I'm in fucking silent. But I am definitely ready to leave this. I'm fucking confused as I was going. Please no screenshots. Fuck it, I'm taking all the screenshots I want.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
yeah,
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Most likely not.
Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of Okay, never mind.
I got more jobs.
Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. Okay. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh shit, they're putting me in it. And then the sequel. Yo. That is interesting. Alright, I'm ready to play Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Yes,
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others...
Okay, I've definitely seen that before, so... Now we're... Oh, now there's balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, perhaps he has.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Should I have not done that? What would that change? What would me picking up the bucket change?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm not going in the door on my left.
Real video game. The connecting all. Stop by the employee lounge first, just to
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Fuck you.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
That van is terrifying.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Can I jump off here?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
That's the suicide team.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Should I take this fucking bucket or not? No. Not this thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I do. That's exactly what I
Wow.
want to do.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fuck you.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Meow, 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 meow.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Fuck.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. I know everyone thinks I'm fucking powerful, you asshole.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yeah, sure it did.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Come on.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
From this direction to the
No, stop.
Yo.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I don't like this.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simply enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes, fucking bucket.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2.
And then he's gonna bring
Is this a bucket?
an actual bucket. I'm gonna get it wrong.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an
That's
actual
still
bucket.
a fucking bucket. If it functions as a bucket, then it is a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Let me guess, this is fucking not.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Okay. Let's see what it is.
Is this a bucket?
Let me guess, now this one's a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question.
What?
Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I don't think so. I don't think you can make up enough bullshit.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
All buckets from the game.
What happened? Is everything gone?
No idea.
Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket? Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Okay. So I can get the figure if
All
I
of his
don't get the
co-workers were
fucking
gone.
bucket.
What
And
could
my
it mean?
Fucking bucket.
Stanley
stuff.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See, but like, why is there still a bucket here?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Alrighty, let's try this once again. Let's see what happens this time.
No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Have I fucked up or what? Was I not supposed to do this again? I don't want to do the same thing again. I hope it'll be different.
Now then,
I'm going to restart the game.
To run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Right?
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I'm just confused because I know this wasn't open last time. I know these doors weren't open. Because I kept walking back here.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket,
Now I
not
can
an
at least
actual
get all
bucket.
of them right. Maybe that'll change it.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes!
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
Yes, it is.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was
Yes,
a bucket?
it was.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I hate you. I'll do the
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your...
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, I walked through the red door, sure, but...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to...
And then I go down to number 4. Okay. Pause this shit for now. Thinking about coming back to this later. That's what I'm thinking about. See you, Jittersons.